Welcome back to my channel, Maria Kafetzis, luxury real estate broker with 𝒞𝐿𝐻𝑀𝒮 Real Estate. And today I will be speaking to you about renovating or selling. One of my favorite subjects, actually. I get a lot of calls from buyers all the time, and they say, I love my home, I love my neighborhood, I'm thinking of renovating or selling. What do you think? I get that call a lot, like a lot. And I'm always proud because I'm always proud to sell a home that they love the neighborhood in. And there's a few things to consider when renovating, thinking of renovating your home, like adding an extension, adding a dormer in New York, or, making some major alteration in the unit or in the home, such as renovating the kitchens and the bathrooms and the floors and crown moldings and lighting and electric and some of the things that need to be done. Should I renovate or should I sell and buy renovated, or buy a home that I can renovate because we need bigger space? So it's really determining exactly what you need. Do you want to renovate because you need more space? Do you want to renovate because you need something more updated? Do you want to renovate because you're looking to add an extension or a dormer? Or do you want to renovate because you absolutely love where you live and you need something more updated because you've been there for a while? So these are all the questions that you need to ask. Once you make that determining a factor, lay out exactly how the space will be, what you will do, what it will cost to do it, get estimates from your contractor. If you need a contractor, I'm happy. I have quite a few names on my list that I can recommend, and find out exactly what the cost is to do those things. Also find out the timeline, how long it's going to take to do those things, and do you need permits? Because permits, depending on your area, can take anywhere from 30 days to 6 months. So, if you need to do something with permits and it's a substantial renovation, then that's something to consider, because where will you live in the meantime? Do you have a family or friend's house that you can go to? Is it not that big of a renovation that you could still live in the home? Will the dust get to you? Will the workers get to you? Will waking up at 7 a.m. get to you? Those are things that you do have to consider. Once you do the work, what will your home be worth? Major question. Once you do the work, what will your home be worth? So if you are, for example, in a $700,000 home or condo, applicable to both, Florida or New York, applicable to both. As you guys know, I'm licensed in both states. I don't think I said that at the beginning of the video. But, what will your home be worth? So you have a $700,000 condo or home, and you're putting in a new kitchen. You're doing the floors, you're doing crown molding, you're doing one bathroom, not all three or two, whatever you have. You're doing one bathroom over. You're adding some light fixtures. And let's say the bottom line number is $150,000 to do this work. Okay, depending on your square footage, depending on the quality of materials that you're putting in, it could cost anywhere, from 50 grand, the cheapest, to all the way to, 500,000 if you really wanted to go crazy. So let's say it's $100,000 to use round numbers. Is your home worth $100,000 more? Meaning, if it's worth $700,000 today and you do this renovation work, is it worth $800,000 the day after you finish the renovation work? If it's not, it's something to consider, because you might be over renovating. And I see that quite often. I go into listing appointments and they say, well, obviously my home is worth, I had one like this actually, $4 million. But the highest sale in the whole entire neighborhood ever was $2 million. And the whole neighborhood right now is selling under $2 million. So I said to them, listen, all I can tell you is the other things is, yes, but I did this, but I did that. It's not the buyer's fault that you decided to put a butterfly staircase in the middle of, a home that didn't merit it, in the middle of $500,000 homes. A butterfly staircase, which is, I don't know if you guys know, the two staircases that meet in the middle. You don't need that in a $500,000 home. I'm sorry. And you're not going to get extra value for that, because a buyer that's coming in, they're like, oh my God, what the heck is that? Because it doesn't belong in that neighborhood. So you have to make sure that if you're doing renovation work, it belongs where you live. So that's a major thing. So, obviously that's all determining, again, like I've said in my past videos, weigh your pros and cons of what you're gaining from this, renovation. In other words, if the renovation will save, if what you're looking for costs, $500,000 more and you can do it for $100,000 in your home, no brainer, it's worth it. If you can go out and buy a home for a little bit around the same price or a little bit more, and it offers everything, it might be beneficial to buy another home and make some money on your home and not have to deal with the 6-month downtime, not have to deal with, overextending yourself, or the simple thing, overdeveloping in a home that doesn't deserve it. So again, you can extend and dormer and bump out, but still, if you overdevelop, a buyer will not pay that in that particular neighborhood. So that's a big thing to keep in mind, because people really come to grips with that only at the time of selling. Will it be the nicest home in your neighborhood, or will you be comparable to other homes and what they've done in the neighborhood? The same thing applies in a condominium. If you import, tiles from Spain, and you do double crown moldings, and you do the high-hat lighting, and you do unbelievably, beautiful everything, is your unit overdeveloped for what else is in the building? So a good way to determine that is looking at what else is on the market and what else has sold. And those are your recent, quote unquote updated or most up-to-date listings. So they're a good way to figure out what's available and will your home be comparable to that. And what else is on the market in your neighborhood and in the neighborhood that you're thinking of possibly moving to? So if you're upsizing, usually that's when you are making this decision. Should I upsize? Because I can't really find anything that I love, and I love my neighborhood, so maybe I should just renovate my home. What are you gaining by moving out of your neighborhood? And is it worth to stay in your neighborhood? Because most likely your taxes will, increase substantially. So do that price comparison. What is my home worth and what will it be worth? And where can I buy and what will that home be worth if I add a little money to it? Will I gain a substantial value there? So those are the things to consider. Getting the price quotes from contractors, I suggest you get 2 quotes. Even if they charge you for the quote, some of them charge $100 to give you a quote, a full quote on a reno like this. Pay it. It's worth getting the 2 quotes, because you will be able to compare apples to apples rather than just saying, oh, it's going to cost too much, because maybe that contractor was a ripoff. Maybe that guy gave you a quote that was, ridiculous. So that's, a big determining factor also, the cost of it. And some contractors, as we know, and I'm sorry to all contractors or any contractors that watch this, sometimes they give you a number and they estimate that it could be 10% more, and it usually ends up being 10% more. So also, do you work from home? If you work from home and you're doing the renovation, will that affect your work? These are all major things that you need to take into consideration. You can also rent something temporarily. If you are renovating your house, I can find you a temporarily 6-month rental or, 1-year rental. And then you have time to kind of move into it slowly. But some people don't want to do that. Obviously, they don't want to take on that extra expense. They'd rather just go buy a new house. So that's pretty much it. There's a lot more that goes into this, but obviously these videos, I don't want to make them super long. So those are some good pointers on where to start, whether to renovate or sell. These are some good, factors that you can use into making your decision. And you can call me if you need comps to know what's selling in your neighborhood. What do the other homes in your neighborhood currently look like, and what renovation work has been done in other homes surrounding you? I'm happy to give you that information. Also, if you want to know what's on the market in a particular neighborhood that you may be interested in upsizing to, please call me. I'd love to send those to you. That's what I am here for. I live passionately for what I do, so it never is a hassle. Even if you're not going to do anything, or if you are going to end up renovating your home, I can't wait to come to your re-housewarming party. So please call me anytime. You can text me. You can call me, 516-885-2525 or 305-773-5994. You can also reach me by email at rightrealtor4you@gmail.com. That's RIGHTREALTOR REALTOR, the number 4, the letter U, @gmail.com. And spelled the same way, you can follow me on Instagram at Right Realtor for You, or on Facebook, or both. Facebook like at facebook.com/Right Realtor for You. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.